Good afternoon, everybody. Good evening. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all having a wonderful, wonderful Friday afternoon. The Premier League is back this weekend. Well, it's back this evening, actually. It's back this evening. I think the game is. I think it's Crystal Palace tonight, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, we are back, and back with another show as well. So big up everybody who is tuning in already. Joining me this evening for the preview, the man for the previews and reviews, Kevin. How are you, Kevin?
Yeah, I'm good, Dan. I'm good. Nothing much has changed anyway. We just rounded up with the Mulder review just now, a couple of hours back, and yeah, I've been doing up some streams for the prediction in Simpy's channel, and here I am back again, and yeah, it's going well, man. It's kind of pouring heavily down where I'm at right now. It's heavy rain right now, and it's about 2 a.m. and it's about raining really, really heavy right now. How about yourself?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Not too bad. So the weather here has just been cold. I think it's like it like got to 1 degree. So yeah, you guys are probably not used to cold weather like that in Malaysia. So
Yeah.
very, very cold, very, very cold. But yeah, big up everybody in the chat.
Yeah.
Big up everybody in the chat. Also, guys, remember I will be doing 4 watch-alongs this evening. Jesus Christ! No, not 4 this
tomorrow
evening.
Evening.
Yeah, so tomorrow I'll be doing 2 tomorrow, 2 on Sunday. So I'll be doing Liverpool, Brighton, Liverpool is the first one tomorrow. Then Everton, Leeds, and then on Sunday I will be doing Chelsea, Spurs, and Arsenal, Wolves. And I think, Kevin, you're joining for the Brighton Liverpool one tomorrow, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully, I can join in on time instead of being like late as normal. Hopefully, I can come in on time tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just want to big up everybody in the chat. So big up Thomas.
Big up Brownie as well in the chat.
Yeah, big up Grant.
Big up Grant. Big up Thomas as well.
And Football with Brownie in as well. So yeah, and Grant. So yeah, big up you guys. Hopefully, more people will join in as they realise we're live. So let's start with the preview. So Kevin, your initial thoughts. How are you feeling about this today? How are you feeling about this game on Sunday?
To be honest, I was very much optimistic when we played Leeds, but Wolves is a different kettle of fish, let's be honest here. But Wolves has been playing really well. Of course, they have their ups and downs, but they got a proper manager right now in the likes of Nuno Espirito Santo, and with the players, Portuguese players that they have, lots of them. And Arsenal, on the other hand, we have never been consistent that much. And Wolves play a very offensive game, very good defensively as well. They've got a few players that we must look out to grind out the result on this coming Sunday. But I think we can pretty much go into this game as I wouldn't say confident, but we can be optimistic that we can grind out a result. But it all depends, and it all comes down to the manager on what type of formations he might select, and whether instead of going for his favorites, just pick the players based on performances instead of going on his favorites and stuff like this. Because if he picks the right players based on performance, I think we can get a result. But if he's going to dilly-dally around and not selecting the players and pick on players based on his favorites, I think it's going to be a long evening when we play Wolves, because Wolves can counter and can really, really hurt us, especially with the likes of Jimenez. And they also got Adama Traore. Adama Traore has been quite quiet this season. I wouldn't say he lit the world light this season, but he's coming up against Bellerin this coming weekend. So Bellerin hasn't been consistent. Defensively, he's been poor. Of course, offensively, he keeps getting in some crosses, doing some vital passes in, but defensively, he's been poor. And Traore and Samedo as well on the right hand side can really pose a lot of threat. So that's the part I'm kind of worried about. But I'm confident, but I'm not confident with the win. I'm probably confident with it can swing either way, but it's very hard to get optimistic, with recent results. It's very hard,
Yeah,
but I'm
and
looking forward to it.
especially in the Premier League as well, where we have struggled for form. We've struggled to even score from open play. We've really struggled in the Premier League, and it's something that we're going to have to rectify. It's something that we're going to have to change if we have any ambitions of trying to push for that top four. Listen, it's very unlikely at the moment, but the one thing I will say in Arsenal's favour, which doesn't really count for anything because it only counts if Arsenal capitalises on it, and that's a big ask at the moment. But the one thing that's in our favour is that the Premier League is still open. So if Arsenal can get their shit together in the next, quickly, if they can get their shit together and start performing as we know that they can, then we might have a chance. But if they leave it later and later and later, then it's going to become harder. It's going to become a tougher task, especially, you look at other teams around us who are probably up there competing for the same kind of things as that we are. You look at Chelsea, they're firing. You look at Spurs, they're firing. You look at Man City. Okay, yes, Man City aren't firing at the moment, but they can turn it on any given day. So you look at them, they're going to get their shit together. Guardiola's not going to let them underperform. And then you look at Liverpool, they're going to get their shit together. They're going to play really well. So you look at that and think, Arsenal, if we're going to have any chance of pushing for that, we need to start getting wins on the board. And let's be honest, right? Our home record has been absolutely shocking this season.
Yeah.
Our home record has been probably one of the poorest home records that we could have had.
Yeah, I agree, Daniel, because just a few seasons ago we had one of the best home records in the league. And right now we are right in the gutter right now because our home record is atrocious because we can't even score goals, like you mentioned a few minutes ago. It's going to be interesting to see how whether Mikel Arteta would still rely on Lacazette or whether it's going to change the formation like what he did against Leeds. Because we all saw against Leeds, he started with Aubameyang up front. So I don't want him to just because of the performance the other week, in spite of the Pepe's performance and stuff like this and the sending off incident, I don't want him to just bring up Aubameyang back again. You were ineffective last weekend, so I'm going to throw you back on the wing and start Eddie up front or Lacazette up front. Because Lacazette, in all due respect, Lacazette was very poor against Malt. Let's be honest here, because Malta is not one of the very big fish or something that you can just score goals or something. He didn't do anything against Malta. He didn't do anything against Malta. He was very blunt. He was like doing nothing, absolutely nothing. It was kind of weird. And I don't want Lacazette to be drafted straight into the team. I'd rather see us doing that same tactic like how previously, because I know many fans don't want to hear this manager's name, but I want him to do something like what Unai Emery used to do, because Unai Emery used Lacazette from the bench. Practically whenever we struggle for goals, he brings in Lacazette, and Lacazette was something like an impact sub, comes in and influences the game and just changes the game so it's on his head, you know. So I just want him to do that because at the moment of time we don't have the clear depth in our substitute bench. Who, which other player do we have in the bench that practically can change the game right now? We don't have any. So I would want him to stick with Aubameyang still up front because I don't want him to switch him to the left hand side because who Aubameyang, he's getting older, so of course he has the pace, but is he really good in good crosses? But there's no players to finish the moves. Like I said, keep drifting into the midfield area, recovering the ball, because I don't think so. Wolves is going to give him all the time in the world to just receive the ball from the midfield and just run forward, you know. And the Wolves is going to be pretty much compact defensively and offensively as well. They're trying to win the ball right on top of us. They're practically going to do that. And when they do that, they got runners. They got front runners that literally can open us up. So I don't want us to fall into the trap of Wolves, but we'll see how it goes. Then it solely depends on the formation that Mikel Arteta is going to choose on Sunday, you know, and it solely depends on the manager. And of course, the pressure is heaping up on him as well because the lack of form from certain players and the performance has not been very good. We have seen good, consistent performance from the youngsters, but most of them are getting dropped and not even selected in the first team squad. So it's going to be interesting to see how Mikel Arteta sets his team out and whether some of the youngsters that played last night are they available or will they be called upon to the senior squad this weekend? So that's going to be interesting to see. And I'm sure many fans will be looking forward for Emil Smith Rowe and all these guys to be at least in the bench. At least they can make a difference from the bench instead of starting the games because we understand they had to travel from Norway all the way to London. But I would rather have them in the bench at least to give them a new dimension of a game, you know?
Yeah, definitely. Big up everybody in the chat. Football with Brownie, Thomas Nicholas, Simpy, Harry. Remember, everybody's smash the like button. I would really appreciate that. The likes have been absolutely crazy on the videos this week. So yeah, keep smashing those like button. It helps the channel grow. Subscribe if you're new as well. Would really appreciate that. So yeah, keep smashing all those like buttons. And Kevin, do you actually think as well that these youngsters will get a chance against Wolves?
I'd love to think so that these youngsters will have a chance, but it's all down to Mikel Arteta because we all know what he's done to the youngsters is practically bang out of order, I would say, because he only selects two out of the most popular youngsters, which is probably Eddie and Saka. Saka, of course, he is one of the mainstream players in the team right now, but he's one of the first players in the team sheet. But other than that, he initially started with Reece Nelson and Joe Willock, but right now Reece Nelson and Joe Willock don't even get a sniff at the Premier League games right now, and it's highly doubtful whether he would go with Emil Smith Rowe or Florian Balogun as well. So I would want to see these players in at least get them in the bench because I don't want because at the same time we keep on talking about big up Simpy. Come on.
Simpy said Mari, Chambers, and Saliba all started for the under 23s today.
Yeah, so that literally puts them out of contention against the Wolves game. So highly understood. But how about the players that played in the Europa League? So I would want those players in the Europa League that played. I want them to be in the bench. At least, okay, understandably, they wouldn't be able to start because it's too fast for them. I totally get that. But you cannot throw them back into the under 23s or put them back in the reserves because that really downs their confidence. Because these players are now playing with confidence. So most of the players are playing based on confidence. So if you're going to bench them, they're probably going to lose their confidence and they're probably going to get that senior player disease, which is out of form and stuff like this. I don't want that to happen.
Yeah, and Bargan says he says a couple of comments. So the first one being is that he said if we lose 3 out of the next 6 games, top 4 is dead. I agree there. And he said as well, unpopular opinion, bench Aubameyang. Wow.
That's worth a shout, Daniel. That's worth a shout because Aubameyang, if you notice, in the last few games, he's been isolated up front. Lacazette is the one that's drifting up to the midfield area to recover the ball. Aubameyang don't seem to do that. So it's worthy a shout because when you get Aubameyang back from the bench, he's probably the Wolves defenders might get tired, so he can have a run at them. He can have a run. So midfield players and midfield runners can probably feed the ball towards him, and he can run at the tiring Wolves defender. So that's possibly an option. But at the same time, if Lacazette is going to keep on running into a brick wall, I don't think so there's much going to be any difference because if Lacazette is going to recover the ball from the midfield area, by the time he go and attack, he'll be meeting up with 2 or 3 Wolves defenders and he's practically not going to do anything unless we are going to soak up the pressure, soak up and then bring up some much more offensive players so that we can hit them on the counter attack. Because when you mention of counter-attacking football cannot be played at 90 minutes at a very high level and a high tempo. We have seen it with Leicester. A fond example was with Leicester. Leicester never had a number 9 attacking the ball when they played us. As soon as we were tired, Leicester brought in Jamie Vardy and he killed us off. So we can use that same concept against Wolves because Wolves are going to sit deep as well. They're going to play counter-attacking football as well. So it's both teams going after counter-attacking football. So at the same time, if Wolves start with a very bright tempo, which I reckon they will, on the second half, we can use our advantage with Aubameyang coming out from the bench and also running at pace with them. I think that's the only option that we have that we can win this game. But other than that, I don't see that happening, and I don't think so. Mikel Arteta would tend to do that because he has his favorites amongst Willian, Aubameyang, and Lacazette to start. So I don't see much happening, and unfortunately, Bargav, I can't see that happening. That Mikel Arteta would bench Aubameyang.
Yeah, it's just mad. It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
So let's jump into the chat again. Bear with me one sec.
Yeah, no problem.
Bear with me. So Bargav says better off sacrificing Laka in the first half and then sub on Auba.
Yeah, like I just mentioned, Daniel, I think he's on to that actually.
And he also said it'd be great to have Ozil as a second half sub.
I think Ozil will be ineffective in this type of games because they probably have 2 or 3 players marking him around. So I don't think so it'd be effective. We need an element of surprise, and the element of surprise is probably Smith Rowe. So because the other players seems to play a very predictable type of game. So when you play a very predictable type of game, I think it's very easy for all players to just read our gameplay. So probably the element of surprise right now we have is Smith Rowe, Joe Willett, these type of players, because these type of players are late runners into the box as well. They drift in most likely. They run into the box, and this is what we need because I don't see Ceballos running into the box. I don't see Granit Xhaka running into the box. I don't see any of them. Even Thomas Partey, he's been just floating around the outside of the box. Of course, he has his defensive responsibilities, of course, but he wouldn't be drifting into the box to finish up and clear up some finishing touches or something like that. So I think it's going to be a big ask, but I think the worthy gamble is probably to start with most of our youngsters so that they won't have that. They won't be fearful against Wolves. I think they'll go for it. I think they will have a point to prove. I think they'll be playing with much more confidence after the performance against Malta. I think that's the best option for them. And I don't think so Wolves can anticipate because, let's be honest, regardless how good a manager is, Nuno is probably one of the good managers in the league as well, but he wouldn't be sure of how our youngsters are playing because our youngsters seem to be much more expressive than our senior players. That's just my opinion, though.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing as well. And Anish says as well, is our squad enough? Jesus Christ, I will get my words out eventually. He said, is our squad good enough to beat Wolves? Or better than Wolves?
I would say Wolves got a better squad right now, but the squad in depth, we on paper we probably got a better squad, I would say. But on the flip side of things is whether you get the right players to play the right formation to instill a winning mentality. That's what's vital in this. But the thing here is, I think our best squad is possibly all the youngsters, not the senior squad members. Because
Yeah.
if we play the youngsters, I'd reckon we can get a result against Wolves. Because let's be honest here, Daniel, practically almost the same squad won 2-0 against Wolves last season, at the back end of last season, when Maitland Niles was playing at right back. So we all remember how that turned out. So if those bunch of players can beat Wolves at Wolves Stadium, why can't they do it this season? So it's totally down to the manager and the formation they set up as well. So Nuno is a good manager, but I think if he selects the youngsters to play against Wolves, I think we can surprise the Wolves this weekend, you know.
So yeah, Anish, Party's probably not available for Sunday. Yeah, Nuno was a good manager. I wanted him as well. I think Nuno would have been brilliant for this Arsenal job.
He loves to play with the youngsters as well. And one thing about Nuno is he doesn't chop and change often. You can practically predict Nuno's players, you know, which player plays in and off every single week. There's no chop and change. And that's why their results are so consistent. They don't go on a winning run, but they don't go on a losing run as well. Their results can be iffy at times, but it's very consistent with his team selection, and that's what I want from a manager. Instead of chopping and changing every week, because you don't know what type of Arsenal is going to turn up and what type of team is Mikel Arteta going to put up and what type of mentality our players in before they step on the pitch, you know?
Yeah, and that's it. That's, you know, you just never know. You know, like Arteta changes it as well so often, doesn't he? He changes it to, you know, he just changes it so much. He changes it so much. So yeah, guys, remember, smash the like button. Keep smashing the like button, guys. You know, would really, really appreciate that. So, Kevin, what do you see happening then in this game? Do you think Wolves will come and sit back, or do you think they will try and attack us?
I think they'll go for it, Daniel. I honestly do. I think they'll go for it, because on the basis of from what they have seen our performance against Leeds United, probably they'll go for it because they know we are vulnerable at the back. We practically don't have any midfield since, like you just mentioned, Thomas Partey isn't available. If Thomas Partey isn't available, our midfield looks invisible. So I think Wolves are practically. I think the battle is going to be won in midfield, and our midfield right now is second to none because our midfield is so weak. Wolves will outrun us in midfield. And I think the midfield battle, Wolves got the upper hand in the midfield battle. And I think it's down to the strikers right now, regardless whether you say there's creativity or no creativity and stuff like this. I think the left back, the wingers, all these players have to play a pivotal game. I don't want Mikel Arteta to put on the handbrakes again and just like stop these players from expressing themselves, because that's going to be detrimental to our club. That's honestly going to be detrimental for our club. I don't want I want them to be playing much more expressive, because the only player that I can see that's being so expressive is probably Bukayo Saka. Apart from all of them, all of them just seem to like, okay, the manager asked me to do this, I'm going to do this. I'm not going to do anything fancy. I'm not going to do anything like above my pay grade or something. They just stick to what the manager asked them to do instead of like doing something, you know. They don't go for it. So I think the midfield battle is going to be crucial, and I think Wolves will go for it, and we are going to have a tough evening against them, you know.
Yeah. So yeah, big up everybody joining. Big up John as well, a new subscriber, or I've not seen you in the chat before, so big up yourself. And yeah, big up all the currently 12 people watching. So if you've not smashed the like button, please smash the granny out of that like button. Would really appreciate it. And yeah, let us know your thoughts. Put them down there in the comments. We can read them, so I will read them out as we go along.
Good one, Taib. Good one. Absolutely good one, Taib.
Let me find Taib's comment there because I want to see it.
That's a good one. Oh, totally good one.
Let me see. Bear with me. I want to scroll down and see this. Let's see. Let's have a look. Who should we play? CB says Anish.
I'll get back to that. Anish. No worries.
Our best formation says Bargav is probably 3-5-2. Taib, is that the one? The one
That's
about
the
the Chinese
the
prostitute?
archaeologists. The archaeologists.
Yeah, big up Andrew as well. He said 4-4-2 against Wolves. Taib, mate, you are smashing them out tonight.
Taib, what are you on, man?
Anish says, I hope Woodwork and Leno are training well. And Taib's telling me to get a haircut.
He also mentioned that, man, to me. With this lockdown, it's hard to get a haircut, mate. All the barbers are closed down here, man. So I'm stuck. So anyway, coming back to Anish's comment just now when he mentioned about the centre back pairing.
Yeah.
If it's going to be a 4-4-2, it's going to be tricky, because if it's going to be a 4-4-2, I don't want Luis anywhere in a 4-4-2 position, because he really struggles with the 4-4-2. If it's 3 at the back, I'm probably going to go with a Luis. But my ideal one is probably 3 at the back. I want him to go for 3 at the back. And I want to see a different dimension of game. So I probably, like what Barkov mentioned, I want to go with a 3-5-2 instead of a 3-4-3. Because right now, in the absence of Pepe as well, I don't want to see a 3-4-3. I want to see a 3-5-2. I want to like clog up the midfield so that we don't get over dominated in midfield. So probably I want to go with a 3-5-2. The 3-5-2 is probably I want to go with Luis. I want to go Luis there, Gabriel, and the other one. I know people are going to slate me up for this. I'm not going to put Holding in there, but I'm tempted with actually Mustafi in there as well. I want to go with a 3-5-2 because I want to see Tierney at left wing back, and I want to see her at right wing back, Ainsley Maitland-Niles. I want to see these two guys bombing forward and putting in the balls through, because let's be honest here, Ainsley Maitland-Niles and Kieran Tierney are one of the best players that can deliver the balls into the box, because I don't think so Bellerin is good enough in doing that. And this is in the absence of Bukayo Saka, of course, because if Saka is fit, he would fill up that left wing back spot, and Tierney will probably drift into the centre back role. So he's going to be 3 at the back. But if Saka's
Yeah.
not fit, I'd probably see Kieran Tierney on the left wing back, Maitland-Niles on the right wing back, and then I would love to see Ceballos, Xhaka, and of course, I would love to give a run of games with Joe Willock in the middle as well, or Emil Smith Rowe, either one of them. But if Thomas Partey or maybe El Neni has recovered in time or something, probably one of those two would enter into that spot. And of course, the two up front, I'd go with Lacazette and Oba. That's the only choice we have, Daniel, because if we are putting five, probably we don't get outrun in the midfield area. But if we are going to go with four, I think we are going to be dominated in midfield because Wolves are practically going to clog up the midfield.
Yeah, they are, and that's the thing as well. You know, Wolves are gonna. I tell you what, Wolves are gonna be a tricky opponent. Wolves, they've got some decent players, and they're gonna really punish us. You know, if we're not on our game, they're gonna punish us really bad. You know, they are gonna punish us. And you know, with it depends what formation. I kind of think Arteta is going to go for a 4-3-3 in this formation. You know, I think he is going to go for a 4-4-3, and you know, I kind of think we're going to move away from the 3-4-3. I don't think he'll.
Do you really think he'll go with a 4-3-3, Daniel? Because he's missing a few players, you know, especially in the sense of wingers.
Yeah, I honestly think he will. I think he will go for a 4-3-3 because listen, he's going to try and have as many attacking players as he can on the pitch. You know, he could go for a 3-5-2 formation. He could potentially do that.
I potentially want 3-5-2 because as much as like Anish mentioned here, I don't really want to select Lacazette, but if Lacazette, I really love to see Eddie in there, but Eddie is not pulling all strings right now. Balogun, I don't think so. Mikel Arteta is probably going to do. If it was me, I'd probably put Oba and Balogun up front. You know, if it was me, because I want to see what that kid can do. I don't want Eddie and Katia anywhere near the squad anymore. You know, because he's been poor and he has had a lot of chances to shine, and he's really overcomplicating things. So I'd probably go with Balogun and Aubameyang up front first. And then I'll probably bench Lacazette and get him as another option, you know, get another option from the bench when things don't go our way or something. Because we all know if there's 3-5-2, I don't think so. Lacazette has to drift all the way to the midfield to recover the ball and go and attack for himself or something. I don't think so. He has to do that because he has a lot of midfielders, and I think the midfield runners would probably give him another option for him to like get the balls into the box so that he can finish up some moves. But that's what I would love to see, because I'd love to see some youth, some mixture of youth and the senior players instead of all these. Instead of trusting all the senior figures, because the senior figures haven't been pulling all strings right now.
Yeah. Big up Mr. Bungle, big up John,
big up Mr. Bungle.
Dan, big up Dan, and yeah, all the others. Damn, there's not many people tonight. I wonder where everybody is. The gremlins have got them, and do you know what? It's probably YouTube notifications being an absolute piss take as always.
Yeah, it's one of the big times, right?
You know what? It really annoys me, right? Yeah, when you know, I class myself as a fairly small channel, right, compared to other channels, and yet when small channels start doing well, that's when YouTube starts fucking around with notifications, and then the small chat, you know, like your channel goes a bit shit for a while because YouTube fucks around with it. I swear YouTube only gives a shit about the big channels and not the small channels. That kind of really pisses me off. YouTube, if you're watching, sort your shit out.
Yeah.
But anyway, listen, it is what it is. Remember, guys, keep smashing the like button. Would really appreciate it. Keep driving those like buttons. If you've not smashed
Oh
it,
my god! Oh my god!
Smash the like
Anish,
button.
I really hope that doesn't happen. Oh man, the sound of it even gives me. Oh man, that comment, man. Oh
Yeah. So yeah, Kevin, do you want to give
yeah,
us
go
your
on,
lineup?
Daniel.
Do you want to give us your lineup? Let's go into the lineups.
Yeah, like I was saying, Daniel, previously, I mentioned that I'd rather go with a 3-5-2 instead of a 4-3-3. I would go with a 3-5-2. Of course, Leno will be back on goal, and so the three at the back, I'd probably go with Luis, Gabriel, and Mustafi. So I know Mustafi, he's kind of clumsy, but I think with the presence of Gabriel and Luis, probably can reduce his stupidness, moment of stupidness and madness on the pitch. And of course, the five in midfield, which I mentioned, which we have to like clog up the midfield so that Wolves don't have any much room for them to work with it. So in the midfield, I'm probably going to go on the left wing back is probably going to be Kieran Tierney. On the right wing back, I'm going to go with Ainsley Maitland-Niles. And then I want to see in the center of the park, Granit Xhaka. We got no choice except for this Granit Xhaka. If it's not Granit Xhaka, I'd probably go with Thomas Partey, and then I'd go with Ceballos, and then I would go also with Joe Willock in midfield area. So Joe Willock, Granit Xhaka, and Ceballos in midfield. Left wing back is Tierney, and right wing back is going to be Ainsley Maitland-Niles. Up front is going to be. I would love to see Aubameyang up front together with Balogun. I would love to see Balogun up front, not based on his performance on the Europa League, because on the performance in the under 23 levels as well. Because if Eddie is given equal number of chances, I want to see Balogun has been given equal number of chances as well. I want to see what this kid about, and I don't want to drop him based on that one performance against Malta. I want to keep his confidence up by keep playing him. I think that's how you can nurture the confidence. So I want Balogun to start. At least if Balogun doesn't start, okay. We all know that Lacazette would probably start because he is probably another Mikel Arteta fanboy or something. I don't know. So Mikel Arteta would probably use Lacazette up front, but if he does, I want to see Balogun given a chance from the bench at least.
Yeah. I don't think Partey is available. I think he's injured. So is that your lineups? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so my lineup is going to be my lineup. So I'm going to go with Leno in goal because I think we'll play a 4-3-3. Because I think Arteta loves that formation, and I think that's the kind of formation that he's going. So yeah, I'm going to go with Leno in goal. It's pretty standard. And then at right back, I'm going to go with Bellerin because I think he'll go with Bellerin. I think he'll go with Gabriel and Holding as the two central defenders with Kieran Tierney at left back. Then in the centre...
Gabriel and Holding.
Yeah, I think he will go with Gabriel Holding. No, I honestly do. I think he will go with Gabriel Holding. And then, see, the midfield is going to be pretty strange, pretty weird for me. So I think he's going to go with Granit Xhaka. I think he's going to go with... Oh, is he going to go with Ceballos? I don't know. He could go with Ceballos. Yeah, Ceballos and Joe Willock. And I think he's going to go with the front three. So on the right, I think he's going to go with Reece Nelson.
Oh, man.
Because Willian is injured as well. There's a question mark over Willian. He's going to go with Aubameyang up front. And then he's probably going to go with Bukayo Saka on the left.
Is Saka fit for the game?
Yes. Yeah, I think he is. Yeah. Yeah, I think he is. Yeah, I think he is. So that would be my lineup. Remember, guys, keep smashing the like button. Would really appreciate that. Keep smashing the granny out the like button.
Smash it like you smash Granny Norma, like Taib says. Come on, people.
Yeah, exactly. Smash it. I can't, for some reason, StreamYard doesn't let you tell you what the likes are, so I can't see what we're at the moment, but come on, let's smash it. I've set a record this week for likes on videos. So yeah, keep smashing it. Smash it.
Somebody in the chat, please tell us how many likes are we on right now. And if it's less, do ask them to like it up. Come on, guys.
Yeah. And let's go. So Kevin, let's go into the score prediction. Your score prediction.
Initially, if anybody watched the Simpy's prediction stream that I did a couple of hours ago, I went for a 1-1 draw. Wolves and Arsenal, I went for a 1-1 draw. That's on the basis of the formation that I've just given you guys, because I don't think so that I think Mikel Arteta is going to come up with an excuse saying that we traveled to Norway, so we are all tired and all this, and he's going to probably just say like, okay, we'll stick with a 1-1 draw. So I'm going with a 1-1 draw. I don't think so. The team is pretty much, nothing much has changed since the last time we met Leeds, so I don't think so we can get the win. So I'm going for a 1-1 draw. Maybe this can be reverse psychology that Arsenal can surprise us with a win. Who knows? But I'm going for a 1-1 draw, Daniel. How about yourself?
Yeah, John says never trust notifications. Yeah, that's true, especially YouTube. So my score prediction, I'm sticking with what I said. 3-1 to Wolves. I think we'll lose. I honestly do. I think we'll lose.
You really think so? Oh, what makes you to say that? Is it on the basis of the formation that you have selected, or do you think the players would down tools or Arteta, or do you think that Mikel Arteta would get the formation or the players wrong or something? What really makes you to say that, Daniel?
Hi, Anne Germa. Yeah, big up, John. Sorry, what were you saying, Kevin? Sorry.
What makes you to say the result of 3-1, Daniel? Is it because of the tactical? That is it going to be based on the selection of players from Mikel Arteta, or do you think the players might down tool Mikel Arteta, or is it going to be the formation? What makes you to say that result, Daniel? Just curious, man.
I think, Kevin, the reason why I'm going for 3-1 Wolves is because we're absolutely, we're absolutely crap. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree. I had to agree that part. But don't you think we would provide some resolute defending, not to open up like a can of beans, I suppose? Because I think even in terms of defeat, I think probably will be defeated 2-1, but 3-1, please. Unless we play like we did against Villas, probably I can see that we can concede 3 goals or more. But other than that, I don't see that happening. Probably, yeah, we can lose the game. There's a chance there, but yeah, this is Arsenal. Like you always mention, Daniel, this is Arsenal, and anything can happen, right?
Big up Mandy as well in the chat.
Big up Mandy, big up Amha as well. Big up Simpy, big up Taib, Anish, John.
And yeah, big up, guys. Yeah, guys, I don't know what's up with the notifications. Do you know what? I really don't. But yeah, if you've got to have them turned on all, and also it would help to set a reminder. The other thing is as well, I don't know if you guys get community. I know you guys are subscribed to me, but not many people. I'm not sure many people see my community posts in the community tab. So, because I would put reminders in there, but I'm not sure how many people see those. But yeah, if you're new to the channel, guys, subscribe and do drive the likes up. Let's have a look.
So, yeah, that's a possibility, Anish. 16 likes right now, Daniel.
So 16 likes. Come on, guys. That's pretty low for this week's standards. Smash.
Let's get it up to 20 up. Come on, guys. Let's get it up to 20. Share it in your socials as well.
Yeah. Considering the earlier video got 30 odd likes.
You know something, Daniel? The records that we have at home is pretty abysmal, let's be honest. But I'm not really sure what to expect with Arsenal this weekend. You know, I'm not really sure. I don't know whether to take it as a very positive thing or whether to take it as a very negative thing, because I want to see a lot of our youngsters given a chance this weekend.
Let's have a look here. So yeah, a lot of people are questioning why I'm going for 3-1, but yeah, the reason why I'm going for 3-1, guys, is because listen, we're struggling. Let's be honest here, we're shit. Let's be brutally honest, we are shit. And you know, I don't see anything. Changing. And yeah, Anish says we conceded 3 against Villa. I think we're going to concede as many against Wolves. You know,
big up Tubbs MD. You're late for the party, man. Where were you? It's all right, mate. It's all right.
Yeah, come on, guys. Smash the likes. Smash the likes. Let's have a look. Jesus Christ, Tubbs ND. Mate, you are late. You are late. How are you? Wow.
He was listening to the soothing goodness voice. Come on, G.
Yeah, big up, Tubbs. Simpy's going for a 1-0 Wolves.
Yeah, he said that. He said that. I reckon both of you guys are going with the reverse psychology, you know, predicting for a Wolves win so that Arsenal might surprise us with a win.
But yeah, big up everybody, and do smash the granny out the like button, guys. You know, really appreciate that. Smash it and subscribe if you're new. But yeah, so yeah, listen, that sort of about wraps up the preview. So what we'll do is we'll take some questions from the guys, which is pretty much what we normally do, don't we, at the end of any review or preview. So guys, just a reminder, I want to remind you of all the streams on this channel that's coming up. So tomorrow I'll be doing the Liverpool-Brighton game. That'll be going on air at 12:15 tomorrow lunchtime. And then I think Kevin's joining. You're joining me for that one, aren't you, Kevin?
Yeah, for the Liverpool. I'd probably be late, but I'll join in. Yeah.
Yeah, for the Liverpool-Brighton. So Kevin will be joining at some point for that. And then I'll be doing Everton-Leeds. I'll be doing that at 5:15. So tune into that one. That'll be a really good game. So yeah, I'll be doing that at 5:15. And then on Sunday at 4:15, I'll be on air doing the Chelsea Spurs watch along. And then at 7 p.m, I'll be back again with the Arsenal Wolves game. So yeah, do set reminders, do turn on notifications, And do follow me on social media as well, because I do check all of, I do. I will post it there, although I haven't been very good at kind of posting it. I need to kind of get better at that. So yeah, do check out there. Yeah, guys, smash the like button. Keep smashing the like button. We're not even above 20 likes yet.
Let's get it above 20. Come on, guys. Come on.
Yeah, come on. I want to at least get it above 20. Come on, I'll take anything above 20.
Do it for the soothing Guna. Do it for the soothing Guna. Come on. The more likes you get.
11 of you currently in the chat. So yeah, while I dig out some questions here in the chat, smash the like button. It only takes a second, but it helps the channel massively. So yeah, let's find some questions here, and do put your questions in, guys, because we can read them out.
Okay, we are on 20 likes right now, Daniel.
What are we on?
Let's 20 likes, approximately 20. Let's do it. Let's go higher, man.
Yeah, come on, yeah, keep smashing it.
Anish, that's a good question. Which Wolves player would we want at Arsenal, Daniel?
So
which would
Tubbs ND here says Wolves will get frustrated. I don't think they can penetrate Arsenal, and he's going for an Arsenal 2-0 win.
That's optimistic. I think I'd go with Jimenez. I would go with Jimenez.
Yeah,
Neves.
Dan.
I'd go with Jimenez, Neves, and another player that I would really love is probably Neto. I'll probably go because these players, even though Jimenez is one of the standout performers, but I want to see the other two, Neto and also Neves as well. I would love them at Arsenal as well. These are the three players I would really love.
Yeah. So which Wolves
How about
player
yourself?
would I? Do you know what? Right, Jimenez. I'll take Jimenez. It's a shame that Jota's already gone to Liverpool because I would have absolutely had him.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Neves, how about Neves? Would you be taking Neves then?
What's that?
Neves, Ruben Neves.
Yeah, he's a good player. Taib, no Taib, I ain't growing a beard, mate. Do you know what I mean? That's Jesus Christ. Yeah. Tubbs ND's optimistic that Wolves is Wolves being frustrated. Football with Brownie's going for a 1-1.
That's same like me. Big up, Brownie. Big up WF as well. Thanks for tuning in, mate.
Big up, Grant. Frank said Neves and Cody and Raul Jimenez. Yeah, all those players would massively improve us as well. Yeah, big up WF as well. WF's just joined.
Yeah, Simpy. I would go for Semedo as well. He's 10 times better than that fashion model we have at right back right now, you know.
Yeah, big up Gunner 10 as well.
Yeah, I agree with you, Gunner 10. It's either going to be a 1-1 draw or a loss. Yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
That's what Gunner 10 said. Taib's going for a 1-0, but doesn't know which way it's going to go.
And Anish, you're very optimistic, mate. You are
Yeah,
seriously very
Anish
optimistic.
1-0. Well, it could be a possibility though, because we could win from a penalty.
Okay, quick question, Daniel. Will you trust the process if we win 1-0?
What's that? Sorry.
If we win 1-0, will you trust the process?
If we win 1-0, would I what?
Will you trust the process?
No, because there is no fucking process.
I love that, man. I love that.
There is no process. Do you know what? If I never understand why people say trust the process, and then you ask people what the fucking process is, nobody will tell you what the fucking process is. How are you meant to trust an imaginary process when people don't know what the fuck it is? Trust the process. Trust the process. All right then. Well, what is the process? Oh well, I don't know. Yeah, fucking genius. Nobody knows what the fucking process is. Jesus Christ, man. How are you meant to trust a fucking imaginary process? Nobody knows what it is. What is the process? What is it? What is the actual process? There is no fucking process. It's a myth, like the Loch Ness Monster, like the fucking, the porn industry, like fucking everything else. It's a myth. There is no fucking process. The process is to get frustrated. That's what the process is at Arsenal, is to get frustrated, to get let down, to get fucking shit-faced every time we go into a game, to get absolutely battered every time we go into a game. There is no fucking process. So anybody that tells me to trust the process, tell me what it is. Tell me what it is, and then I'll trust it.
Oh, I just made Daniel to give God a rant, man.
It is, honestly, there is no fucking process. What is this process? Tell me what the fucking process is. What is this process that everybody keeps talking about? What is it? Because I'm struggling to see what the process is. Listen, I struggle to see on a daily basis, but fucking hell, do you know what I mean? I'm struggling to see what the fucking process is. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just mad. Everybody's fucking, trust the process. Trust the fucking process. You've got to trust the process. But nobody knows what the fucking process is. It's absolute bollocks. Absolute bollocks. It is. Honestly, it is mad. It is fucking mad. There is no fucking process. The process doesn't exist. Anybody that says that there is a process is talking absolute bollocks.
Oh man! Oh, I absolutely.
It's serious. It is, honestly. This fucking gets me so mad when people say, "Trust the process. Trust it. You've got to trust the process." Mate, I don't. Do you know what I mean? There is no process. There is no process.
You should check on the chat, Daniel. You should check on the chat, man. It's been going mad when you go on the rant, man.
Yeah, if you talk about if you talk about being let down, Jesus Christ, these players, right? I swear these players, half of them think, do you know what I mean? I thought I was the fucking blind one, do you know what I mean? But when these players get onto the pitch, Jesus Christ, they can't see their ass and their fucking elbows. And then you get somebody on the keyboard sitting in their basement wanking over their naked picture of their grandma telling us to trust the process. Seriously? I ain't going to trust no fucking process. Do you know what I mean? This process is an absolute fucking myth. It's an absolute load of old bollocks. It is. Honestly, it absolutely is. But big up 14 of you watching live. Anybody in the chat, tell me what this fucking process is. Tell me what it is, and I'll trust it. That's like that's like saying to somebody you've never met, "Here, trust me with your bank card. Trust me with your bank card." You know it's mad. Jesus Christ, there is no fucking process. There is absolutely no process. This process does not fucking exist. Anybody tells me that this process exists, tell me what it is. You know,
Oh,
come on,
man.
tell me what the process is. Tell me what the process is.
Oh man.
Right, let's see what's going on in these comments down here.
They love.
Where did I get to? I lost my place in the chat now. Jesus Christ. Because everybody
They
was telling me
love
to
your
trust the
meltdown.
process.
They love your meltdown, Daniel.
Let's have a look. You know what I mean? Big up Frankie Agnostis. Yeah, exactly. Anna German says the process is no process. Exactly. Exactly. The process. Do you know what I mean? Like it really gets to me when people say, trust the process, trust it. You know.
Oh, thanks. Thanks,
Yeah,
Simply.
big up Andrew
That's really
C as
helpful.
well. Arsenal's attacking stats so far this season are poor. Yeah, and do you know, that's another thing that makes me so mad, right? Yeah, is that other people they say trust the process, trust this, trust that, and yet our attacking play is non-existent. We couldn't penetrate a woman, let alone a fucking defense right now. Do you know what I mean? Do you know? And then you get some fucking morons in the chat going, trust the fucking process, or on Twitter. Twitter, I'll tell you what, is the most toxic place ever. You get people going, trust the process, back the manager, because, you know, back the process. And that's the most annoying thing, because, you know, we haven't scored an open goal from open play in over 7 hours of football. Like I said, we couldn't even penetrate a woman, let alone a defense.
Evening, John. Evening, Raw.
Be excited, Tayyip. But yeah, mate, I'm excited. I'm excited that we haven't scored a goal in over 7 hours of football. I'm excited that our team is dog shit. I'm excited that we couldn't penetrate a fucking woman. Yeah, mate, I'm excited.
What else? What else must we say we have? That's quite a lot we got.
Big up Raw Aaron. Big up John Wayne. Yeah, trust the like button. That's the process. Smash the like button.
Yeah, that's kind of baffling, Anish. Why wasn't Pablo Mari given a run of games in the Europa League squad? That's kind of baffling. And why is he playing in the under-23? We keep saying that we don't have enough defenders. I don't understand, man.
But it makes me mad that people go, trust the process. What is it though? Can somebody in the chat tell me what the process is? On a serious level, right? Tell me what the process is. Because I'm struggling to figure out what the process is. And do you know what? We'll probably lose on Sunday and everybody be going, trust the process. It's a process. It's the players. It's this. It's that. Everyone makes excuses, man. What is the process? Because I am struggling. I am absolutely struggling to figure out what this process is. You don't need to be a fucking Oxford scholar to know that things are shit at Arsenal. Do you know what I mean? You don't need to know. You don't need to fucking be a football genius to know that whatever imaginary process supposedly exists at Arsenal is failing, because we're not scoring, we're not performing well, sideways, backwards. Jesus Christ. You know?
That's a proper wind up, Daniel. That's a proper one. You went on ranting for 15 minutes. I love that, man.
Frankie says Wolves don't have any European matches, so they can focus on the Premier League, but they're not pulling up any trees. Yeah,
but
big
we
up
aren't pulling anyone in this one.
He said, big up Tubbs ND. He said, trust in the process means trust in Bellerin, Ozil, Kalaza crap. I like that.
Big up MK as well.
Let's have a look. WF says, fuck the process. Exactly, mate. Exactly. Fuck it. There is no process. The process is about believing in Arteta even if he jumps off a bridge. Yeah, he'll probably Arteta could probably get away with shagging your missus and people go, oh, trust the process. Trust the process. But it's mad.
Tickle him harder, Mikel. Tickle him harder. Tickle him harder, Mikel.
Yeah, big up MK in the chat as well. Big up MK. But it's mad. I just don't get what this fucking process is. It is totally fucking bollocks. It is. It's mad.
Oh man.
At least we have good young prospects in the under 23s, but the club's got no direction. Mate, the club never had any direction. The club hasn't had direction for ages. Jesus Christ. Do you know what I mean? The club's direction is just so poor. Even I've got fucking better direction than the club and I can't see. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
do you know
exactly.
what? It's just,
MK, unfortunately, will fall backwards. MK, I don't see us winning against Wolves. I'm trying to be optimistic. I'm trying to be positive as well, but I think we'll only just sneak a draw, and probably that's down to luck. But on the flip side of things, I can also see Wolves winning this game. You know, it's very hard for me to say this, but I just have to say in reality of things. You know,
the process started when Wenger went.
Yeah. The process started way before that, Daniel.
Catalyst for change, be excited, says Taib. Yeah, do you know what though? The catalyst for change, we've got worse. We have got worse. We have regressed. We've got so fucking shit. It's unreal. Do you know what I mean? It's mad.
Get back Gazidis in there now to wind up Daniel again. Get back Gazidis in. Come on, Daniel. We need Gazidis back.
Leave Wenger. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus Christ! I'm not even going to start on Wenger. I am not going to start on Wenger. And the thing is, Wenger's not responsible for what's going on at the moment. He's responsible for the players we've got, but he's not responsible for getting the tactics.
At least Wenger played attacking football, Daniel. Wenger played attacking football. Emery played attacking football.
That's the thing. Wenger, for all his faults, couldn't at least he got a tune out of certain players. Arteta, and I'm not Arteta out, but when anyone questions Arteta, when anybody questions him, it's you trust the process. That's all these fucking idiots throw at you is trust the process. Trust the process. That's all they can say. And yet when you ask them what the process is, they fucking run away. They run away like fucking they're being chased down the street naked with a dick waving at them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They seriously
put it perfectly. Amma has put it here perfectly fine here. I couldn't see the process. They say the process is good, but they're playing bad. So there is no good goddamn fucking process. Yeah, true. Because if there is a process, if there's a pattern of play, the players must instill the process over there. But we are playing backwards. We are not even scoring goals. Is trusting the process, not scoring over 7 hours from open play. Is trusting the process, playing all our worst players instead of playing our best players. The process is like whenever players play brilliantly, you bench them and never play them back again. I just don't get it. What is the damn working process? I'm sick and tired of this damn process.
Who put that Omar?
Amha Girma.
Amha. Okay. So yeah, big up you guys. Currently 17 people watching. Jesus Christ! I tell you what, guys. If my streams are like if Arsenal were like my streams, it would be a slow start and then pick up as the stream goes along. As if Arsenal's season was like that, it would be pretty decent. But there is no process. Honestly, there is no fucking process. Smash the likes, guys. That's the process on this channel. Smash the likes. But honestly, Kevin, though, it does make me fucking mad when people say trust the process, and then you ask them what it is, and they start stuttering like someone's just got out of bed with their missus. Do you know what I mean? They don't tell you what it is, and that makes me fucking mad. Like you're telling people to trust something when basically what you're saying to me is that you don't even trust the process yourself because you don't know what it is.
Okay, Daniel, quick question for you, Daniel. If like players, like many fans keep on saying that Mikel Arteta doesn't have his players right now. So let's say if he gets his players and if he still like doesn't know because he doesn't have confidence in his players at all right now. So they keep on telling that he doesn't have his players. What about Cedric Soares? That's his player. What about Pablo Mari? That's his player. Willian, that's his player. And extending David Luiz contract, that's also his player. All these players are his players. How can you say that he hasn't got his players? Practically, he has made 6 signings and all 6 are his players. So how can the excuse be given that he has not had his players?
And that's the thing. That is the absolute thing that really gets me. And when people go, oh, but Arteta doesn't have his players. Arteta's got a better squad than what Unai Emery had. Arteta's got a better squad than what Unai Emery had. And yet, Unai Emery finished 5th and lost the Europa League final. I get that. But, the one thing that Unai Emery struggled with was his communication. And that's where I do think it kind of let him down. Yeah. But Arteta, the one thing that Arteta's had over Unai Emery is that, okay, I know we've only had one transfer window, but he is being allowed to pick the players. Unai Emery wasn't allowed to pick his own players because Unai Emery wanted Partey last season, and he wanted all these other players like Zaha, and he wasn't allowed to get them. But Arteta, you can't say that. The board have bent over backwards to let Arteta get some of the players that he wants, and yet, he's struggling. And the thing that's worrying me, right, Kevin, is that we are not creating nothing. We're not creating nothing. We're beating tin pot shit teams in the Europa League, and that's great. And that's great because we've got 100% record in the Europa League. That is absolutely fine. We're doing. We couldn't do any more than what's being asked of us in the Europa League. But yet, when it comes to the Premier League, we're struggling. We can't create nothing. I've seen Harry Potter create more than us. Do you know what I mean? Jesus Christ. No, honestly. And then people say, trust the process.
Yeah, Daniel. But at the same time, whenever people come out, because I have received total abuse in Twitter as well. Whenever I said that, like Unai Emery was far better manager and stuff like this. Okay, let's be honest here. Unai Emery, whenever his team attacked, they keep on saying like, no, we considered over 20, 30 shots on target against a pub side and all this. But let's be honest, whenever we consider 20, 30 shots from the opposing team, we at least attacked, at least we had about 10 shots, we had about 15 shots. Of course, it's not as much as the opposing side, but we had at least 10 or 15 shots. Last week against Leeds had over 20 shots against us, and we had 1 digit of shot on target. So that doesn't make sense at all. That's totally out of debate. We were crying out just because of that one performance against Watford when they had about 20 or 30 odd shots on target. We were all crying for Arteta. I mean, Unai Emery out with the embarrassment against Chelsea in the Europa League final. But what about this season? This last season, of course, Olympiacos knocked us out of the Europa League. And then Mikel Arteta as well lost against Brighton. We didn't question that. Okay, that's his first time and all this shit. And then this season, we considered 20 odd shots against Leeds United, who just got promoted this season. It's too embarrassing. It's too embarrassing. And I don't get it. Where's the improvement? Where's the progress from the squad? There's no bloody progress. This is all just fake, just like this just a PR speech by Mikel Arteta and all this with this trust process and all this shit. No, I don't believe in all this, man. He's just lying to himself. He's lying to the fans. He's not seeing the game as fans. He's like totally forgetting the reason why is he a manager at Arsenal. He's supposed to be much more open. He's not honest to himself. He's not honest to the fans like what he was at the first time when he got the job. When the first time he got the job, he was very open. He came out and said like things that we wanted to hear as fans. But right now, he's not saying the right things. He's keep on saying the wrong things. He's like a PR merchant right now. He's not saying the right things. He's doing that Wenger type of speech. So I just don't really get where the club is going with Mikel Arteta and where Mikel Arteta is taking us as a team right now.
So let's. So MK says Arteta has depth compared to Solskjaer, and he also has the backing. I think there was another comment there saying that Arteta's also got the backing from supporters and legends. But then this is what I don't get, right? And I'm, like I said, I'm not Arteta out, but I am asking serious questions. But what is this love for Arteta? Where is all this love for Arteta come from? Because he's not a legend of Arsenal. He was a player, and
a panic buy.
Yeah, okay, a panic buy, but he was a decent player. He wasn't great. He wasn't fantastic, but he wasn't the shittest player at Arsenal at his time. And where's all this, like, people giving him legendary status on the basis of what? Why? Where does this legendary status come from? Tubman D says, question, is relegation a possibility with Arsenal? Yeah, mate, relegation is probably more possible than fucking top 4.
Getting top 4, yeah.
And he said we should have seen Villarreal versus Real Madrid. Villarreal almost won that match.
Yeah, exactly. I saw that game. Villarreal is playing really well right now under Unai Emery. Goes on to show that a proper manager can do a good job regardless where he manages,
I don't get it. I don't get what all this love for Arteta is.
Exactly. Comment of the day by Anish. Don't compare Arteta to Solskjaer, Lampard. Compare him to Rodgers, Nuno, and Moyes. Exactly, because they have crap squad. Because if you compare Solskjaer and Lampard, is because they have proper players around them. So even the manager fucks up, eventually the team will help him go through that period. Rodgers, Nuno, and Moyes, they don't have the funds. At the same time, it's the manager that helps them to improve them. Mikel Arteta doesn't have the funds, so he has to be compared between Rodgers, Nuno, and Moyes. They don't have the best financial stability, but it's how you integrate the team, how you play, with what formation, with what type of mentality. All this comes down to manager. So manager should be questioned when results don't go our way, not by the players. Simple as.
Where's anybody who understands football? Brownie says, anybody who understands football can see how long it takes to build a team. And can see what Arteta is doing. Arsenal aren't going to build a team overnight. And you know what? I get that. But you expect to see some level of progress with the players we've got. And let's not make no mistake about it, guys. We have got a team to challenge for the top 4 that could, if they put their minds to it, and if they had the right person in charge of them, we could get top 4. And it's not just about the players, right? Yeah, the players got to take responsibility for playing shit. Of course they have. But, players have got to take responsibility. But Arteta also has to take responsibility for making some poor decisions, like leaving players out the team when they're in form. Do you not agree, Kevin? Do you know what I mean? Leaving players out the team that are in form, dropping players that have good game previously. Those aren't player mistakes; they're manager mistakes.
Yeah, Daniel, in the current issue right now, we are not saying player mistake. I think the player mistakes is much more limited than the manager mistake. The manager mistake is keep on rising. At the last season, we saw a lot of player mistake. But this season, we are not seeing a lot of player mistake, but we are seeing manager mistake. Our players this season, they're doing lack of mistakes right now. But who's doing the most mistakes right now? It's the manager. So when player make a mistake, we are winning games. When player don't make a mistake, the manager is making a mistake and we are losing games. We don't have the correct balance.
Exactly, Grant, as well. So, Grant's saying here in 2 comments, he said, first, he didn't get the Everton job. He didn't get the Rangers job. Arteta. And the thing is, like Brownie's saying, Arteta's improved us defensively. But I get that you've got to start from the back. You've got to start somewhere building defensively. But I just don't. Honestly, I don't fucking understand it. Do you know what? I really don't stand all this fucking bollocks. Do you know what I mean? I really don't. I don't get this hype. I don't get the hype. I don't get where he gets the legendary status from. And exactly, WF says, fuck wait, I've waited since 2005. And Taib says, trust the process.
Oh,
no, I ain't trusting it. Arsenal haven't got the team to finish top 4, says Brownie. I disagree, because the reason why I say that is if Emery can get almost top 4 with a shitter team than what we've got now, then certainly with this group of players, it's manageable. It's manageable. Do you not agree, Kevin?
Yeah.
What else we got?
Big up, Chadwick.
Big up the Arsenal Misfits. Welcome to the chat. Big up, Steve. I've missed you, mate. I've not seen you about in the last couple of streams, but big up, mate. That might be because the chat's been moving crazy, but big up to yourself. Let's have a look here. Exactly, Bargav. Kevin, I'll let you read this comment out.
The love comes from the young ones for the cup and being an Arsenal fan. Arsenal man, they haven't dealt with being heartbreaks of being duped every year, losing our best players and being misled by bot. Exactly. That's exactly what's going on at Arsenal right now. These Arsenal young fans, which are called the so-called Arsenal super fans, these guys are the one that's ruining the club because they learn to accept this average results, this average bot, this average manager. We demand better. We demand better. Why can't we demand better? We as fans deserve better. Daniel, you are spending pounds, hundreds of pounds every week just to go watch Arsenal in every nook and corner of the world. Why can't you demand better? You're not going for the games for free. We are paying the highest prices of ticket on a match day. And can't we demand for the best for our club? It just makes no sense. We got every right to demand. Chelsea don't charge their fans that expensive. We are paying the highest ticket prices in Europe, I should assume. But what are we getting? What type of performance are we getting? You know what you should be thankful, and all the Arsenal fans should be thankful of is what Daniel, is because during this lockdown you're not allowed into the stadium. And imagine if there was no lockdown, to watch that type of shit performance with the amount of money you're going to spend, you'd rather stay at home.
Yeah, smash the likes up, guys. Would really appreciate that. And Hajam, I missed your comment, mate. I missed your previous comment. I know you asked us to read it out, but I missed. I don't know whether Kevin might see it, but I missed your previous comment. But I just.
Wait, sure.
Can you see it there, Kevin? Because there's a comment.
Yeah, I see the same formation over and over again. Even the formation is bad. Yes, it's a pattern, Anish. It's totally a pattern. The pattern of play seems like he's trusting that 4-3-3 and he's trusting that same load of shitty players he has. He doesn't want to try something much more. He doesn't want to try something much more risky. I don't know why. Unai Emery used to do this, because like Unai Emery doesn't use the excuse of I don't have Ozil, so I'm gonna. He literally tried to play Lucas Torreira up front as a number 10 so that he wins the ball higher up the pitch. But Mikel Arteta seems to give the issue like, I don't have a creative playmaker, so I will need to dwell into the transfer market. Why can't try something different? You know you don't have a creative player right now. Why wait until January to get a creative player? Why don't we bring in Emil Smith Rowe, give him a run of games? Why are you not doing that? And he keeps on saying that the players needs transitioning period. He need to mold well into the squad. He need to integrate well into the squad. If every player need to integrate into the squad, this guy has barely just got the job. This is his first job. Why doesn't he need to integrate into the job? Go and manage some other shitty club and then come to Arsenal. Why the hell you don't have to integrate into the team? Bloody hell.
Exactly. And that's and everybody said, I hear from other people saying, oh, but give him a chance, give Arteta a chance and stuff. But why should we why I don't understand why we have to have a person who's learning on the job. I don't understand that. I don't understand it. And smash the likes button. Smash the like, guys. Somebody put in the chat how many likes are on. I don't even know, to be honest. I can't even see. But I don't get this. I just don't get this absolute love fest. I don't get this fucking love fest for Arteta. I really don't. And then you get people going, trust the process. Trust the process. It's like, it's fucking process. It doesn't exist. It really does not exist. And that's the thing. And anybody in this chat knows that I backed Arteta. Anybody watching it? Anybody watching? Yeah, I know
that. I know that. I was the only one Arteta out.
Yeah, you know that I backed Arteta, didn't I? I backed Arteta, way before everybody else. Everybody, I backed Arteta, when people were going, oh, he's not the greatest. And I was sticking up for him. Going,
yeah, I know that.
Arteta's, needs time and stuff. But the thing, and I'll tell you why, the reason why I've changed my opinion slightly, and I'm asking more questions of him, because I expected to see. I sort of got it last season because we had all the situation with COVID, and then we had with the break, the restart, and all that. And I thought, okay, great, that's a struggle. And then this transfer window, I thought we'd done okay. Getting in Thomas Partey was the best thing we ever did. Getting in Gabriel was the best thing we ever did. Maybe getting Ceballos back. Listen, in the circumstances, we couldn't do any better. But the performances this season, let's be honest. Let's be really honest here and take off our Arsenal hats, take off our biased hats here. If we're being brutally honest, we have not seen one decent performance this season, have we? We've not seen one decent performance. We've not seen a performance where we've gone, Jesus Christ, we have not played like that for ages. And I'm not talking about Fulham, because let's be honest, my arthritic nan could play well against Fulham. Do you know what I mean?
Granny Norma can beat Fulham.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? My arthritic nan could play better.
Oh man!
Do you know what I'm saying? And yet, we, other than that, maybe Man United, and that was a great performance, but it wasn't an outstanding performance, was it, against United? It wasn't the performance, where you could go, wow, we
Daniel.
them.
Yeah, it was a weakened Man United side, and we literally had only one shot on target against United, which was a Thomas Partey effort 30 yards from goal, which was directly under the throat of David De Gea. And we scored a penalty, which was, that's about it. That was literally our goal. What was that? That was not a decent performance. I would say it's a good defensive performance, but apart from that, what else can you take from that? I don't see any positive in that. But people keep bragging on that, oh, we have never won at Old Trafford in God's know how long and all this. I don't care about that. I don't care about one single performance. I want consistent performance. At least go the 3-4 games win or something. At least you lose the odd 2 games or something. But this is getting ridiculous, man. I can't see this, man.
But it wasn't like the Man United performance wasn't. We didn't. The Man United performance wasn't the it wasn't the epiphany that everybody thought it was.
Yeah, exactly, Daniel.
Brandt says, I didn't want him and I would sack him before it gets worse. And Brownie says, being honest, Arsenal aren't a top 4 squad. No, you're getting confused, Brownie, because we're not playing like a top 4 squad, but the players there.
That's the issue, yeah.
Yeah, the players are good enough to get top 4, but they're not playing.
Brownie, you couldn't say that they are not top 4 squad, because nobody expected Leicester was a title-winning squad. Nobody expected Leicester had a title-winning squad. Ranieri went in there and made them all champions in 2015, 2016. So how can you just say that this team is not a top 4 squad? It's down to the manager. If a manager decides and he plays the right players at the right position, instead of like just experimenting it throughout the season, it's never going to go anywhere. If Ranieri chopped and changed that Leicester team week in, week out, they wouldn't have won the title that season. But he trusted in his process, and that's why they won the title. But Mikel Arteta says there's a process, but he doesn't trust the process. He doesn't trust himself. He doesn't trust the players. He doesn't trust anything. So at the moment of time, he is confused. He's just a confused lord. He doesn't know what he's doing.
And that's the thing. That is the absolute thing, right? Yeah. I just. Arteta's making, and I don't blame Arteta for the mistakes he's making, because he's an inexperienced guy, and if he's not got that experience, you're going to make mistakes. I don't blame him for those mistakes. I blame. Okay, when I say I don't blame him, I blame him because he keeps repeating the same mistakes. He's not, he doesn't seem to be learning from them. And Steve, the Arsenal misfit, said as well that, we have just scraped through these wins. We have scraped through. We won against Fulham. We scraped through against United because let's be honest, you can't use United as a team. You can't use United as a benchmark because let's be honest, United are shit. They really are absolute pony. We got there. We beat them via a penalty, not an open play. We have not scored now. Unless we score on Sunday, we have not scored in over 7 hours of football in open play. That is absolutely pathetic for Arsenal Football Club. Absolutely pathetic. Abe says some of these players are spoiled bottle jobs. Exactly.
Yeah, been saying it for time, man.
Yep. And here's the thing as well, right? Yeah, Arteta left Ozil out the squad for
footballing
Arteta left
reason.
for footballing reasons, and I backed it because I thought that Arteta would have a plan. But actually, leaving Ozil out the squad has actually hindered us, especially he could have even been. You could have brought him off the bench if we were struggling. And now, no, I'm not saying Ozil should be in the starting lineup every week. Listen, we've got him until the end of the season, so we should use him at least as a bench player. Because let's be honest, who else is doing? Nobody else is there to come in. He's not giving Smith Rowe a chance. If he was putting Smith Rowe in, week out, I could sort of say, okay, great, you're using a young player, you're developing a young player, but he's not. He's still playing Granit Xhaka, Dani Ceballos, who's probably not even going to be here next season. He's only on loan, whereas Smith Rowe's going to be here a lot longer. Again, not playing Saliba as well. Why is Saliba left out this team? Why? Why is Saliba not in this team?
He has to integrate, apparently. He has to integrate into the team. He's not fit. He's making silly challenges, apparently. This is exactly Mikel Arteta's quotes. He said this. He said, like, he's not fit for the Premier League, but I don't get it how Fofana is playing at Leicester right now. Same age. They were playing as teammates and Saint Etienne, and now he's playing week in, week out, and Saliba is under 23, and he's requesting for a transfer of the January transfer window, which Arsenal has said that they would loan him out. He's willing to take a pay cut of £90,000 a week to go to Saint Etienne back, or maybe to some other teams, just to play games. And what Mikel Arteta says, he has to transition. He has to get used to the league. Is this guy deluded or what? Is this guy? I don't understand, Daniel. I can go on and on with this Mikel Arteta thing. You, for one, you know that because I didn't want this manager, and I was keep on like getting pissed off at you that time when we were doing stream together. I was telling like Mikel Arteta's not the manager, not the manager. I was keep on repeating, but you were too optimistic. You really backed him up, and I'm really surprised, Daniel, because even you are one of the most optimistic person I've known, giving Mikel Arteta chances, and right now you are literally giving up on him. But it's too early to say, but it's kind of surprising to see how you react this way, man.
Brownie, I agree with you. Tottenham, Chelsea, Liverpool and Man City all have better squads. But as is actually, do you know what? I kind of disagree, right? I don't actually think Spurs has a better squad than us. Like they've got better players, like, Son and Kane. Like, I don't think they have an all-round better squad. Man City, you could say, yes, they have. They've got a decent squad, but Spurs, I don't think they have. Apart from Son and Kane, who else have they got really?
Yeah,
maybe
Daniel,
maybe Bergwijn. But what Spurs do have? Can I just say this quickly, Kevin?
Yeah,
let you get your point in. What Spurs do have is an experienced manager who knows what the fuck he's doing. That's why he's getting the best out of that team, because he knows what he's doing. He knows when to change things. He knows what formation to play in certain situations. He knows how to handle difficult situations. He's a good man manager. He knows how to, get trigger certain players. That's what Spurs have got. Yeah, sorry, Kevin.
Yeah,
What were you going to say?
yeah, Daniel. Like I mentioned, Spurs had a way. They didn't have one of the best squads, Brownie. Let's get that right. Last season, they never had the best squad. And when Unai Emery left, Spurs were below us. And what Mourinho came in and did, he rectified the problems what Spurs had last season. He came in, he said, like, look at that. They spent less money than us. All right. They spent on Højbjerg, the midfielder Højbjerg. They spent on Matt Doherty. They spent on Regulon, and they spent on Gareth Bale. Okay, they spent on 4 players, and they improved everywhere where they require improvements. Whereas at Arsenal, we spent Gabriel 22 or 25 odd million, and we spent on Partey 45 million. Where else? Ranasson, you're going to consider Ranasson as a signing? But all the 4 players that I mentioned for Spurs, all of them starts. They had a piss poor squad last season, but we screwed up and then we finished behind them. This season, Mourinho's improved all the necessary side that he has to improve, and look where are they now. It doesn't mean you have to get the fancy name, the big names, and all this thing. Just go on. Højbjerg is from Southampton. He just got Højbjerg from Southampton. That's about it. Matt Doherty is from Wolves. He got Matt Doherty as well. Regulon, okay, he got Regulon as well. How much did he spend on those 3? And all 3 players are playing week in, week out. That's the only thing. Here, we signed Thomas Partey, okay, and what happened? He gets injured. And we signed what? We signed Gabriel. Okay, Gabriel has been playing. We paid 25 million or 30 odd million for Saliba. Where is he? Under 23. So where does this come to? It comes down to the manager. It comes down to the manager. You have your players. It goes on to show it's not only the bot to be blamed. The bot, yes, partially to be blamed. But Tottenham has spent less money than us. And how are they sitting above us? And how are we sitting below them when we have spent less money than Tottenham? Makes no sense.
Doesn't. And Jesus Christ, Brownie's comparing Ferguson to Arteta, saying that Ferguson struggled in it. Oh my God, Brownie. Do you know what, Brownie? I've heard it all. Jesus Christ. Only a Cardiff fan would come out with shit like that. Do you know what I mean? Only a Cardiff fan would come out with shit analogies like that. Or comparisons. Do you know what I mean? Wow, I can't believe.
Brownie. Oh man, this guy is. Oh man.
I can't believe. So yeah, smash the like button, guys. What we'll do is we'll take some quick fire as we do now. We'll take some because we've literally been going for 1 hour 40 odd minutes. But do you know what it is?
We'll make it 2.
Yeah, we'll go to 2 hours. So then the next part of the show, because we've kind of gone on, we did the preview in the first hour, and then everyone triggered me by saying trust the process, which kind of fucking, I think it was Kevin, you asked me a question about the process. And so what we'll do, we'll read out some of your comments. But keep smashing that like button, guys, and keep smashing all that like button, because there's quite a lot of you in the chat tonight as well. Actually, there's a fair few of you. But while I've got you here as well, while I'm scrolling down all these comments, guys, to try and read some of these out, remember that I'm doing 2 watch-alongs tomorrow: Liverpool-Brighton at 12:15. And then Everton Leeds at 5:15. So tune into those, please. I'd like to see some mad love in the comments section tomorrow as well. And then Sunday I'll be doing Spurs, Chelsea Spurs, and Arsenal Wolves. And Simpy will be joining me for the Arsenal Wolves game. Kevin, I think you're joining for the Liverpool Brighton, the Brighton Liverpool.
Yeah.
And if you want to join for the Chelsea Spurs, you can do. And if you want to join for the Everton Leeds, you can do, because that's quite early as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
So just let me know, mate. But you're definitely
All
in
right.
for the Liverpool Brighton.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, let me see.
Anish, I'm going for an Everton win against Leeds United. I'm going for a 3-2 Everton, because it's going to be same like that Everton Fulham game. So I'm going for an Everton 3-2, because Leeds, I can see they concede goals, but at the same time they do score goals. So I think this Calvert-Lewin and Richarlison combo is probably going to get all guns blazing, and Leeds is probably going to have that goal by Bamford or someone. So it's going to be 3-2 Everton for me, Anish.
Let me try and find a comment here.
Jesus Christ, the comment is going damn fast.
Taib, man. Taib, wow. There's a Premier League game, yeah.
Crystal Palace Newcastle.
Yeah, I didn't do that one because I didn't think that one would be very entertaining to watch. So yeah, Everton. John says Everton will just edge it 1-0. Yeah. So yeah, smash the likes, guys. I'm not entirely sure what likes we're on at the moment, and put your questions in. So I'm right down here. So I'm caught up with your comments. So put them in. We'll do 10 minutes of 10 minutes of questions. Yeah, keep smashing that like button because you guys are really interacting. Tell you what, the mad love I've had on these streams over the last week or so is fantastic. And that helps. It just goes to show you guys hitting the like button, smashing the like button.
Yeah, I agree, Amha. I agree. I totally agree with that. They need a false nine. Someone that Steve put it exactly well here. How can a club win when one of its leading scorer in all competitions tied with Aubameyang with 4 goals and only has 2 starts? No wonder Pepe is frustrated as hell. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. It's because how can? Because we all know Pepe, Auba, and Lacazette was very excited to play together. But how often has all 3 played together? And if they played together, what is the formation? What is the formation? Sometimes I'm seeing Pepe is playing on the left hand side. How the hell can that happen? So is that down to the player? I don't think so. The player requested to play on the left hand side. I don't think so. Lacazette is requesting to play on the left hand side or something like that. Play to the player's strength. That's what we are asking. But Mikel Arteta doesn't even know what the player's strength. He keeps saying that I know where they are good at, and they have to improve. They have to improve. Mate, why don't you improve your managerial skills instead of asking the players to improve? Yes, we get that players improve, but what don't you improve your managerial skill? Really sickening, mate.
Anna Germa says Arsenal need a false 9. These kids need an attack. And Bargav says, apologies again if I completely butcher your name, says what 3 positions do you think we need, and what players do you want us to steal next year?
I think I'll go with attacking midfielders, man. I think if there are 3 players, what 3 positions and players you need to steal next year? Szoboszlai, I would go with Szoboszlai. I would want Szoboszlai in there.
I'll tell you what, that Szoboszlai guy is absolutely outstanding. I want that guy at Arsenal. That guy is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
Set pieces, his creativity. I want it. I want that guy. That guy is absolutely fantastic. That guy is just. Do you know what I mean? He is the player we're exactly lacking. We are lacking that player. Tim says, did I go to 4-2 Arsenal Spurs? Yes, I did. I went to that game and it was absolutely mad. I remember coming out the ground after and everybody was just absolutely insane. It was mad as well. I remember because Torreira scored in that game as well. Yeah, I did go to that, Tim.
Yeah, Taib, I agree. We'll have to sack him. Arteta out. Come on. Hashtag Arteta out. Let's get that trending, guys. Oh, Helen.
So
if we get Helen, oh man, Helen. I'll probably get rid of Lacazette as well and get Hudson Edward from Celtic. I think we'll need Edward as well. Get Edward, get Shoppersley, get Awa as well on January. So Awa, Party, and Shoppersley in the midfield, and then get Edward in striker. So I think that itself can set us going places. And then as soon as when we have to register the Premier League squad again, probably get Saliba back into the team so that Saliba can partner Gabriel and also learn his trade. And in the right back position, probably I'll go with Ainsley Maitland-Niles for the time being. And when the window opens back, the summer transfer window, go and get Lamsey from Brighton. That's what I would do.
Yeah, Brownie. I think I do. Tell people to subscribe to everybody's channel. I probably don't do it often enough. I probably should do it more often. But yeah, I might not subscribe to you, Brownie. I'll have to go check that out. Apologies if I'm not. I'll go and as soon as this stream ends, I'll go over and check that out. But yeah, and also as well, I didn't know you could check the list of subscribers who subscribe to you. I think I've not. But yeah, I'll go and check that out. But yeah, guys, do subscribe to Football with Brownie. Do go and subscribe.
Yeah, another good friend of ours. Just go and subscribe Adam's channel, Football with Brownie.
Yeah, so do go and subscribe to his. And apologies, yeah, I do. Do you know what it is, right? When you get into a conversation, you kind of forget all the things that you've got to do. Like I do forget, like yesterday when I started the watch along, I forgot to get my phone to read out the team sheet. Jesus Christ. I'll tell you, I'd forget my head if it wasn't screwed on.
Taib, quick question for you, mate.
Haaland.
Quick question for you, Taib. Do you really think Arteta really learned from Pep? I don't think so. He learned anything because Pep plays attacking football. Yes, Pep forces his offensive players to come and track back and defend and stuff like this. But at least he attacks. Where is our attack? I don't think so. Arteta learned anything from Pep. And that's why fans keep hyping up Arteta because he has learned under Pep. I don't get the fuss and big hype around him because he is not doing anything in regards of what Pep is doing at Manchester City. Pep is like practically doing every single thing, get the right signing. Of course, he has the money and all this. Of course, he improves players and all this. But do you really think any of our players are improving under Arteta? Can you name any one of any players that's improving under Mikel Arteta? Any one of them? I don't think so. I can name any one of them. Is Leno improving? No. Is Martinelli not even getting a chance? Who else is improving? Saka was brought in by Emery. So is he improving? He's regressing under Mikel Arteta. Who?
Yeah.
Ceballos? No one is improving under Mikel Arteta. So how can we say that Mikel Arteta is improving any of the players? No one is improving under Mikel Arteta.
And that's the thing. Tubbs ND says Upper Meccano will go to Liverpool. Yeah, Upper Meccano will go to Liverpool.
We should get his mate, Konate. We should go for Konate. He's a defensive partner.
Konate, I would take him all day long. And instead, we're probably being linked with fucking Boateng from Bayern Munich. Yeah, I don't want fucking right? Boateng. Boateng's a shit player. Absolute shit. Alaba's going Chelsea, says Tim. Oh, I'll take Alaba. I would absolutely take Alaba.
Good player. Really, really good player.
Yeah, I'll have to check that, Brownie. Big up Hannah Biriai as well in the chat. Just seen her chat pop up. Arteta managed a game for Man City when Pep was suspended and lost to Lyon in the Champions League, says Grant.
Explains a lot.
Which kind of says it all.
Tubs empty. That's a good one.
Arteta should not sell Saka to Real. Pep has credited Arteta for improving Sterling and other players. Some say that Man City are struggling with the loss of Arteta.
I mean, which manager will come and give negative comments about his assistant? Come on, you don't see that. You don't see Alex Ferguson coming out and telling to Carlos Queiroz.
Tubbs ND. Oh God, this is. Oh, he said even Gunnersaurus regressed under Arteta. Jesus. That's comment of the stream. That's comment of the stream.
Oh man. I couldn't take it, man. Jesus Christ.
Hey, listen, Boateng is shit. Boateng is absolute bollocks. Wow, big up Tyrone. Tyrone's in the chat. Wow, everybody's joining. Everybody's joining.
Sam, everybody is entitled to their own opinions, so I don't really want to dwell and call out names and all this stuff because they're all entitled to their own opinions. Because he wants another manager, I want another manager. I don't really rate all this, but I'm not really sure. I don't want to dwell into all this because I see people and I respect people's opinions. I don't really want to be like someone that has like just follow where the wind blows and all this. No, I'm not that type of person, mate. I'm just going to give on my opinions and think how football and my team should improve. That's how I see it, man. I don't really want to dwell too deep into that, Sam. But maybe in WhatsApp.
Yeah, no, I don't want to call out anybody. You know, because everybody's entitled to their own opinions, aren't they? You know, everybody's entitled. Everybody's entitled. Everybody's entitled to their own opinions, and that's it. And this is, I'm not slagging anybody off who says trust the process and that. I'm just asking what it is because they don't see. When you ask them what it is, it's kind of like you've asked them to shag their missus. Do you know what I mean? They go all fucking, oh, I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Like they don't have an answer for it, and it's just mad.
Yeah, that's one thing I gotta give Lee Bagaf. I totally agree. Consistency. That's something key. That's something you don't see.
Yeah. And do you know what it is, right? A lot of people say, because I know I'll get it as well, and I get it. Like people go, you've changed your opinion. You was Arteta in, and now you're questioning him. But the thing is, right? I've said I'm not Arteta out. I'm just questioning a lot more than what I was doing at the start because I think he should be doing more. Now that doesn't mean to say I'm flip-flopping. It just means to say everyone has the right to assess how things are going and question that, and that's what I'm doing. That's actually, that's what I'm doing. Remember, smash the like, guys. Smash the granny out of the likes. I think we're over 30 now. Somebody put it in their chat a while back. Yeah, smash the like button. So Kevin, we've pretty much come to the end of the show.
Yeah, so it just hit 2 hours.
Yeah, do you just want to let everybody know where they can find you?
Yeah, first and foremost, thanks Daniel for having me on the stream. Yeah, I know it was supposed to be an hour stream, but it went up to 2 hours because the chat was lit. So big up all you guys in the stream, in the chat as well. And thanks, Daniel, for having me on. Of course, guys, you can find me in Twitter at KevinMark434. Yeah, and big up all you guys in the chat. Yeah. Don't forget to tune in for the watch along tomorrow for the Brighton versus Liverpool and the Leeds United versus Everton game, because Daniel's having 2 watch alongs, and then he's doing also the Spurs versus Chelsea on Sunday and Wolves and Arsenal on Sunday evening as well. So don't forget to tune in, do subscribe, like the channel, and and then do all the necessary formalities as well, guys. Let's get Daniel up to 1,500.
So yeah, guys, like I said, like Kevin said as well, do go check out his channel and check out all of that. And like I said, guys, I'm doing a watch along, 2 watch alongs tomorrow: Liverpool, Brighton, and Brighton, Liverpool, and Everton, Leeds. So do check out all of those. Those streams are up there. They're up there now. So do go and smash the like button on them. Let's try and get the likes up before the streams even go live. And then do stay tuned. Do tune in for those. And then on Sunday, I've got Chelsea Spurs and Arsenal Wolves, 2 watch-alongs on Sunday. So 4 watch-alongs in total. And then also the review for the Wolves game will be out on Monday at 1:30, because that's a really good time to do the reviews of late. That time's getting a really good response. So it will be at 1:30. It's not up there yet because it will be up there straight after the game on Sunday. I'll put it up because obviously I'll put in the final score and that. So I can't obviously do that until after the game. So yeah, do go and smash a like on all those videos and tune in for the watch-alongs tomorrow. Thank you to everybody who's tuned in. Listen, it's been a fantastic stream. And yeah, listen, I will catch you all tomorrow for the 2 watch-alongs. Enjoy the rest of your evening, guys. Take care. And